Why is it so hard for a man to understand that a woman can be a good girlfriend while still chasing her career? You're still being a man. We're still trusting the fact that you're gonna be a man.
It's because a woman can't serve two masters.
Exactly.
A lot of the times, her job is gonna give her counterproductive instructions to the positive outlook of the relationship and or the positive treatment of her man. Men lead, women follow. If she has another boss telling her what to do, she effectively can't follow everything her man wants her to do. So men, this is why men want submissive women, because when a girl has her own career and her own business, etc., a lot of times that's not going to align with his objectives. And here's the other thing too.
Because he's insecure.
Shut up, bitch!
Men, incorrect. The reality is this.
That's what I was looking for.
When women make more money than their men, when women are in leadership roles, they end up being terrible people to their boyfriend and or husband. It doesn't work.
You see that girl, woman in the purple was getting so offended. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. At the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. Now, I gotta address the girl in the purple, man, because I could see already, just based on how she was chiming in while he was talking, you can see she just comes off like she will be a headache. And the fact that you felt so strongly about this particular subject tells me that you're the type of chick that wants to run the relationship. I don't understand. I find it so funny how women can sit over here and complain about men not being men anymore, but when it comes to this topic in particular, all of a sudden y'all don't want men to be men anymore.
What is that?
Ain't that funny? Y'all want men to be men, but when it comes to this topic, that masculinity goes right out the fucking window, don't it? Jesus Christ. Like I say all the time, man, pick a fucking struggle. It's ridiculous, man. Walking contradictions, I tell you. Let's keep it moving.
I'm just going to say this right now. Every single couple that I know that have a relationship where the woman is the more dominant person in the relationship, it never works out. Every single couple that I've known to have that sort of dynamic has either broken up in a very messy divorce or something of that sort. I'm not saying that it can't work, but I don't think that it's the majority of those types of relationships.
Well, so any women here who have been kind of the leader or the dominant one in the relationship?
Drove me to hell, drove me crazy. I wanted to leave. It was horrible.
It drove you to hell.
Yeah.
Was it because he was lacking in some way, or at least you thought you wanted to be that way?
I thought I wanted to be that way. I've had 3 monogamous relationships in my life. They were all so sweet, so kind, treated me like a princess. But essentially, the masculinity was lacking, like big. There was no leadership, there was no direction. I had to fulfill the nurturing role and then the planning role, and there was no establishment of like what our roles were.
Now, notice when she said the masculinity was lacking, what was the first thing that she mentioned? There was no leadership. And in the previous clip to this, what did he mention? Leadership. And the girl in the purple, about ready to fall out of her chair.
You stupid.
Because she don't like what Myron is saying. See, this is what I be talking about, you guys. Women are emotional creatures. Pay attention to how they react when men say certain things. It will tell you a lot about what kind of woman you're dealing with. It really will. Because you shouldn't get bent all out of shape about something that is the truth. Unless you want a man that you can walk all over. And if that's the case, that's not a man. Not a masculine one anyway. Let's keep it moving.
Another topic I want to touch on is this idea that if the woman earns more than the man, she should be the head of the household and make decisions in the household. How detrimental is that?
Oh, of course that's a problem, because we have been trained and taught that money is God. We respect people more if they have a lot of money. They special.
Regardless of how they got the money or
the character. Yeah, it don't matter. If they got a lot of money, we'll cater to them. In fact, you get more gifts and stuff with money than if you don't have no money, because people want to give something to somebody, This seems to be the way it is. I used to travel sometime, and I would have to pack my staff would put a separate box for all the gifts the people in the audience would bring me. You know, that's how we are trained, you know, that you are what you own. Not how you act or what you do, you know, how supportive you are. Just whatever you got that makes you greater and above the people. And that's not good. But we practice, you know, the big I and the little U. The messenger said that in Islam, and it wasn't supposed to be no big I's and little U's. You're supposed to have equality.
And like I said, that I've said this before, that is the problem with the dating market now. Everything is so transactional and so materialistic that character doesn't seem to take priority over those other things now. Which is why when you see women complaining about, oh yeah, he had this, but he didn't treat me like this or like that, and I'm like, yeah, that's because you prioritize those other things before the character, before the characteristics, before his personality, before the treatment. This is one of the reasons why, even though my dad didn't make a whole lot of money, all the women in my family praised about how well he treated my mother. My mother told me how well he treated her. So at the end of the day, man, that should be what's most important. Because if the character is there, that means the masculinity is there. If the masculinity is there, that means the leadership is there. These are characteristics and qualities that don't require any money. That's all up here. But women seem to forget that because they seem to connect money with respect. Like, in order for me to respect this man, be submissive to him, follow his leadership, he has to be making more than me. Otherwise, I can't look up to him. I'm like, it's unfortunate, but that's the world we living in. Let's keep it moving.
But I just want to point out something from the application that caught my eye. It said the dynamics around finances, gender, roles, and poor communication is the #1 thing that threatens our future together. Kara, you wrote that. What do you mean by that? It's okay. Take as long as you need. We're in no rush.
Part of the beauty of our relationship is that it's kind of chaotic and doesn't make sense, and yet makes perfect sense. I wasn't prepared for how much gender roles or societal roles or our family roles, whatever it may be, this unconscious idea of the role I should play as a woman and the role he should play as a man would affect our relationship. I was not prepared for that.
What do you mean?
I've always been very comfortable leaning in with a masculine energy in everything I strive to achieve. And I've done that through a lot of masculine, direct, go get it type of energy. And being in a relationship with a man who also has that energy, those two things coming together create so much conflict.
And there you have it, bro. I'm like, that is 2 different examples that I showed you of women admitting that in these kind of situations, it just does not work and it causes a whole lot of conflict. Ladies, men are aware of this. That's why men stay away from these type of women. Because men understand that it's going to be a waste of time and it's going to be a headache. And you got to understand that men value peace. And men look to women for peace. As men, we're already fighting a war out here competing against other men every day just to make ends meet. The last thing we want to do is come home and have conflict with our women. We don't want that. I mean, like, for Christ's sakes, ladies, just look in the mirror. As a man, I mean, I'm just using her as an example because she's on the screen right now. I mean, she's not like drop dead gorgeous. But in all seriousness, I mean, like, as a man, do you want to come home to a woman fighting, complaining? Or do you want to come home to a soft feminine woman, you know what I mean, hugging on her, kissing on her, chilling, relaxing? You know us men, man. We sometimes I just think we're sometimes I think men are so easy to please that it kind of like gets under women's skin. that could be a whole topic in itself, but I don't know, man. It's just, ladies, we don't like masculine women. That's just what it is, man. Quit trying to make men go against their own nature, and quit trying to go against your own nature as well. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way I know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description, as well as my latest mixtape, Lost Music Volume 2. And if you want to purchase any other merch, the spreadshot.com link is in the description. Until the next video, you guys, deuces.